here are my 5 takeaways, and then we'll get to the Warner versus Stafford update that I know you're all itching to hear. So the first of my 5 takeaways are the Rams showed grit and resilience early in 2021. Yes, we have had games where we've been down or things have not been going well, especially in the first half. But the Rams have been able to still find ways to win. And that's encouraging, right? I love the fact that we have a team that can, hang with the best of them. And even though, we have a bad drive or we get a turnover or Stafford is overthrowing someone, we're able to rebound and still find ways to win. And I just think it's so awesome that not just on our offense, but also on our defense, maybe they give up a big play, but they still have a big red zone or 4th and goal stand or a big play that really shifts the momentum of the game. And I think stealing momentum from opponents might be the Rams' strong suit. That's something that never shows up in stats, but I'm looking forward to seeing if we can continue to steal the momentum from teams as the season goes on. That being said, number 2 is the defense stepped up. We held a good offense under 20 points. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, fire Raheem Morris. The scheme's messed up. I'm sick of this bend but don't break off our defense. And there's an element where you can have that conversation for sure, but you also got to give credit where credit's due. He held a good offense under 20 points. And he, not him specifically, but the players and him and the scheme and the whole defensive staff. And I still think this is a defense that is going to get better as the season goes on. And I don't know. I'm not convinced that our defense is bad, but when you look on Twitter and some of the other places, you can be convinced that the Ramily thinks we have a bottom 5 defense. No, I don't know if it's going to be as good as last year's defense, but I definitely think this is a defense we can get to the Super Bowl with, which what more do you want, right? But yeah, I'm really excited for this defense to continue to show improvement. There are questions in the secondary for sure, especially with maybe a couple of injuries now. Still waiting to hear some reports about that. But I don't know. I think that we're maybe being a little hard on the defense, and I'll be the first to admit that I've been guilty of that as well. But still believe this defense has its best games ahead of them. Really excited. We're playing some teams now that aren't maybe the highly talented teams that we've been playing. So if the defense doesn't show up against the next 3 teams that we're playing, then maybe there's a little more cause for concern. Absolutely. Number 3 is Hendo and Michel are developing into a great running back duo. Yeah, and not just in the run game, but also in pass blocking. They've both picked up some epic blitzes, and we give credit to the O-line, which we're going to talk about next, but give credit to these 2 running backs who one of the reasons that Stafford has not been sacked very much is because they're picking up blitzes like crazy. It's awesome. And they play very much complementary football. Okay, we're not a power running team, and that's okay. I'm not convinced we couldn't have a power running game if we didn't want to. If we have more 2 tight end sets or, run heavy schemes that we see against, some of these other teams coming up, that's something to look into. But yeah, I really think Darrell Henderson and Sony Michel, they're a great backfield duel. And I love what they bring to this team. Obviously still sad about the Cam Akers injury, but I am not concerned about our running back room. No. Number 4, our O-line has only given up 4 sacks in 5 games. That's so tubular. Man, I'm so stoked about that. I was just talking about with Hendo and Michel, but also, shout out to our O-line. They're playing lights out. Stafford, for being a pass-happy offense, he's had a relatively clean pocket, and the O-line has contributed to that, a lot. And I really am excited, now that we've played teams with some pretty decent pass rush. If you look at the Cardinals, you look at Tampa, these are teams that know how to get after the quarterback. And the Rams have proven they can protect their quarterback. And if that O-line holds up, that's going to be great heading on later in the season. Okay, my fifth and final takeaway here is the Ramily might be overreaction to a 4-1 team. I know. I want to be 5-0. I wish we would have beat the Cardinals. Absolutely. That's no disagreement here. However, we're still a 4-1 team, and that's exciting. We're still in the race for our division. We're still in the race for the number 1 seed in the NFC, and we're still in contention for the Super Bowl. It's still really early on, but it's funny. Like, I remember, again, I was, not well when I watched the Seahawks game, and the next morning when I woke up, I remember, like, you'd think the Rams would have lost by some of the reactions and criticisms of the defense, some of Stafford's overthrows, and by all means, criticize. These are professional athletes. They get paid a ton of money. We can totally criticize them. Absolutely. But at the same time, we can also be happy with a 4-1 team. I'm not complaining. We got a win against a tough divisional opponent on the road. And I think the biggest overreaction came from the Geno Smith, 98-yard drive. Okay, Geno Smith is an NFL quarterback who, he's been the backup. It's been a long time since we've seen him in NFL action. Credit to him. He came in ready to play, ready to sling it. He drove his team down the field and got them in a touchdown to try and win the game. The Rams defense, you can't have this mindset of, he's Geno Smith, so we have to totally go and, destroy him. I can't believe we got scored on by him. No, the reality is he's a veteran backup quarterback. There's a reason he has a job still. If Seattle didn't think he could do that, they wouldn't have him as their backup. So I don't want to overreact to Geno Smith. Credit to him. I'm really glad we didn't lose. Obviously, that would be so frustrating if we would have lost. But I don't want to overreact to that one drive by Geno Smith, and especially because DK Metcalf made some good plays. Credit where credit's due. But anyway, those are my 5 takeaways. Let me know yours. I want to hear from you. And speaking of which, let's get to the comments.